Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a discussion video. I want to talk to you about 2019. Now, I've got my crystal ball out here, and I'm hoping that I can share with you some of my predictions for the channel, really some of the things that I'd like to see happen with the channel over the next year. I'd love to get your feedback as well, so go ahead and comment down below if you'd like to see a particular review, if you'd like to see a particular change in style or emphasis. Maybe there's something I'm completely overlooking. I don't think I've ever done a shoe review, and maybe you all just would really love to see some shoes reviewed on the channel. I can't imagine that, but I'm trying to, bring up just the most outlandish example I could think of. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below, and I have to start off by telling you something really, really cool, perhaps the coolest thing that I have heard for 2019, and it involves this knife right here. This is my favorite Cold Steel. Absolutely. This is the Cold Steel Formax. Now, I don't carry it all that much. I would consider this an occasional carry because it's massive. Okay. Well, along the lines of this incredible Demko design that's extremely well built, Cold Steel is releasing a production version of the 8015 and a production version of the 8010, both of which I must have, okay? I am so stoked about those knives coming out, and you will absolutely see those on the video. If my whole channel shuts down and if I don't buy any other knives again for the rest of my life, I will buy those two knives and put a review on the internet, okay? I am super excited about those two, perhaps more excited than I've been about, I don't know, anything in a long time, for sure. So I love when there's something like that I can really, really get excited about. And again, I'd love to hear, as I already asked, but this kind of changes the subject a little. Are you excited? Are you as excited as I am? And if not about those, maybe there's something else you are excited about. I have to say, guys, even the Spydercos, I'm excited to get my hands on an Amalgam and a Paisan, but I am more excited for those Cold Steels. I really, really am. So let's get this guy out of the way, grab some other stuff that is going to be part of the channel coming up in 2019. So I've got some fixed blades and flashlights here. Yeah, I know, I'm a poet and don't even know it. So there we go. Okay. I do want to continue the emphasis on fixed blades that I started last year. Before that, I'd only done a couple of fixed blade reviews. I tried to make it a bit more of an emphasis in 2018. Part of that was a suggestion from you guys. And so I really want to continue with that emphasis as we go forward into, the new year. One thing I have to say about that, though, is first, let me talk about the smaller EDC style fixed blades. That's the first thing I want to mention, because I love EDC fixed blades. They're fairly easy to review, and I am working on a video about it. I know I've talked with some of you. It's been requested a couple times that I do like a, top 10 EDC fixed blades or the best or most recommended EDC fixed blades. And all I can say about that is I'm working on it. There are some fixed blades out there that I haven't tried that I feel like I need to own and use and experience for a while before I can give a definitive opinion on that. So that video is coming. If you want to make some more suggestions down in the comments here, you've already made some suggestions over on the Sharp Stuff Facebook page, which is sort of the Facebook page, if you're not familiar, that goes with this channel. I use it to communicate to you guys, to, ask for suggestions and, various things. Anyway, I will put a link to that Facebook page down below, as well as a link to White Mountain Knives, where you can get a 10% discount if you use my discount code SHARPSTUFF. And what the heck, I'll put my Amazon store down there as well. You guys have been really good to sort of show some support to the channel through those avenues. Anyway, sorry about my distraction. Let me get back to my fixed blade discussion. Here is the other sort of side of this discussion. All right. I definitely want to get my hands on some more outdoor fixed blades. I've got some on my short list. In fact, I might even have one on the way right now. But I have to say this, just by, the way these videos need to be made and the way I need to test these knives, it takes longer, okay? I'm not out in the bush every single day skinning animals and chopping down trees and doing that kind of stuff. And because of that, I can't get as much use on a knife like this as I can, say, on a knife like this. When I'm reviewing a folder, I can put it in my pocket. I can use it for all kinds of things. I can do food prep with it. I can, open packages and cut rope and just get a feel for it. I can sharpen it all during my regular day-to-day tasks. But that's not true with a knife like this, okay? So these do take a little longer, and while I definitely have every intention of putting a few more knives like this, there's some Tops knives that I want to check out. There's some more Bark River knives that I really want to check out. I want to get my hands on a Gunny, the one designed by Gunny Sidekick, the one designed by Rob over at the Apostle P channel. I absolutely plan to do that. And so if you're one of the people who said, hey, Kevin, we'd love to see more of that, I get it. Just understand that it does take longer. And so it's not that I'm ignoring you. It just is going to take a little more time. Let's talk about flashlights. All right. One of the things that I have never done on this channel is to talk about some of the varied use flashlights. So I would consider both of these. This is the S2 Baton. This is the i3T. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. This is the i3T. Both of these are Olights. I tend to be drawn to Olights. I'm not sure why, but I definitely want to expand my flashlight repertoire a little bit beyond EDC, okay? So most of these, you know, this is more of a tactical light, although it is carryable, and I have carried it, especially when I was getting ready for the review. I still carry it from time to time. If I think I'm going to be doing, you know, I'm going out at night, or if I'm going, you know, doing something where I anticipate being in the darkness, I'll still carry this. Anyway, I want to get some reviews out there and get some experience with some of the bigger, the spotlights, the floodlights. There are some really, really cool ones out there. On my short list right now is the ThruNite Catapult V6, I think it is. Catapult V6. It's a smaller light, 26650 or 26650 battery, but a little different, and certainly some lights in that genre I want to get my hands on. You know, I've always been curious. They tend to be a little more expensive, but some of the lights I've wanted to check out, because they're a couple years older now, have come down to a price point where I feel good about buying them and reviewing them. So look forward to a few more flashlight videos. Now, I'm never going to be the technical guy talking about circuits and amps and volts, and I'm just not, okay? I'm going to talk about, how does this flashlight carry? How does it work for me? What did I do with it? Was it easy to use? Was it hard to use? Whatever. Okay, my flashlight reviews are going to be more simple than probably a lot of other guys out there, because that's just really not what I'm passionate about. But I do, you know, there is something really, really cool about having a light that's smaller than a beer can or a pop can, and yet can, you know, put out 5,000 lumens and reach 1,000 yards. I mean, I can geek out about that part of the flashlight. Okay, so let's put it out there. If there are flashlights that you guys want to see or that you recommend, let me know about that as well. Okay, let's grab a couple of knives and get them back on camera so that you got some visual stuff to look at. I am, by the way, working on a video on this right now. Thank you to Ontario Knives on Instagram, my friend Bradley, for lending me this. This, of course, is the 20CV Griptilian. And I don't know, guys, I'm still working through my thought process on this one, but look for that video coming up in, depends on where I go with my conclusion, but it'll either be the next few days or the next few weeks, all right? But what else am I going to do with the channel? Well, here's something really cool. I am working on, I've got a list, and I've already contacted some of the people on the list and started, you know, making some arrangements. I'm going to start having some discussions with others who are, you know, in the knife community, other reviewers, guys who are on Instagram. And so what I'm going to do is, you know, we're going to collaborate on a topic. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to try specifically to find topics that we disagree about. So I'm going to, you know, I'm going to find someone who loves small knives, and I'm going to, you know, tell them why big knives are the best, and they're going to tell me why small knives are the best. So I've got those conversations coming up. If you're a YouTuber watching this and I haven't contacted you and you're like, Kevin, I'd love to do that, hey, go ahead and shoot me an email, no problem. It may be, though, that, you know, we just have really, really similar taste in knives. And so what I've got on my list of people to contact are people who I have some significant disagreements with, and who, you know, we can have a bit of a dialogue along those lines. And I think it'll be a lot of fun for everybody involved, especially for you guys as viewers. But not only that, I think I want to make it really fun, really comfortable for for whoever participates. So don't be put off by the fact that I want there to be some disagreement there. I think that's going to help with views and help to make the videos more interesting. But I'm not interested in having like a knockdown, drag out debate. But I do want to have some good discussions with some other YouTubers. And I've got, some of you have contacted, as I said already. Some of you will be contacted in the not too distant future. By the way, I'll probably do some knife reviews this year, okay? I feel like I haven't mentioned anything about, you know, the standard folding knife reviews that are the sort of the heart and soul of the channel. I still love folding knives the most. I will absolutely be focusing on a lot of folding knives. That's really where my interest lies to the greatest extent. And so you will definitely see a bunch of reviews. I've got knives incoming from a few different companies that are doing some pretty cool stuff this year. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuff that's currently even in the mail on the way to me. So look forward to some great, and I think great budget blades. You know, as I think about predictions for 2019, I think we're going to still see some companies that are really going to push for, you know, a place in the market. And so where it's almost getting to a point where I've got to say it's overly saturated. And in fact, I would say even now that some of the companies that are out there are not going to be able to keep up. All right, we are going to lose some of those companies eventually. At this point, though, I mean, people seem to be doing okay. I just don't imagine that it's sustainable. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. But I think we'll see some companies diminish or substantially change their game plan so that they can do well moving forward. Let's see, what other cool stuff am I most sort of excited about? Well, there's 3 companies that I have to mention here because I'm interested in what they're doing. First off is Zero Tolerance. I think Zero Tolerance has, they've always been able to put out a good, moderately priced, high-end knife. It's certainly high-end, we're going to be over $200, but they don't do the $500, $600, $700 mid-techs and stuff. They do a nice job of putting out production knives that someone who's interested in nicer stuff can get their hands on. But they've had some, what would you say? They've had some challenges. And so I will be interested to see how they respond, okay? And I think they're going to respond well, and I think you're going to see some changes. I think you're going to see some more consistent, say, lockup, for a certain video that got a lot of notice. So I think that's going to be really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to what Massdrop is going to do. Honestly, the 2 most impressive and most recommended knives for me this year are absolutely, without a doubt, the Massdrop Crux and the Massdrop Keen. Fantastic knives, fantastic value, build quality is amazing. And so I really, really want to see what Massdrop is going to do, especially with Ferrum Forge, but with others as well. I'm really, really anticipating that. And finally, the last company is maybe a bit of a sleeper here that you wouldn't expect. I'm looking forward to what Kizer does. And the reason is I feel like there's going to be some Kizer stuff that I can really get behind and enjoy because they have finally abandoned that horrible pivot. And I'm really excited about that, okay? I've always thought Kizer did a good job in terms of the way they built their knives, in terms of, generally speaking. Now, they're a little inconsistent on action, but most companies are, right? ZT, there's certainly variation from knife to knife. Kizer, sometimes you get a Kizer and the action is not as good as you'd like it to be. But the big difference here is they've dropped that pivot. They're going to continue to do some cool designs. I don't know. The Theta was a sad one to see, but anyway, I'm looking forward to ZT, Massdrop, and Kizer for 2019. Obviously, Cold Steel, like we already mentioned at the beginning. And now let me ask one more question. I really want to get you guys' response to something that I kind of know the answer to already, but I'd love to share it with you guys and get some of your thoughts. I know that you guys don't love the super high-end stuff, all right? If I review a knife that's, $300 to $1,000, it does not get a lot of views, right? Those are all, if you go through the history of my channel, all the really high-end stuff has the lowest numbers. And I get it, right? People are not interested in spending that kind of money. And a lot of those knives, people don't know about in general, right? If you review a Spyderco, you get the benefit of Spyderco's marketing sending people to your video, all right? When you review, I don't know, something from Ferrum Forge or something from, you know, Riot or We Knives, you don't get as much of that marketing benefit as you do from, you know, a Benchmade or a Spyderco or a Cold Steel. No question. But I'd love to know, you guys as viewers, is it that you really don't like that stuff, you're not interested in it, or it's just because you know you're probably not going to buy it, it's hard to be as excited? So I wanted to put that question out there, and I'd love to hear you guys respond down in the comments below to what you think about those really higher end stuff. All right, so there we go. That's what I'm looking to do with the channel. As I say, there will be some knife reviews. I'm looking forward to what some other companies do and getting my hands on some of their stuff. You'll definitely see some more flashlights. As I say, I really want to get some super bright flashlights. You'll see more outdoor use fixed blades, as I really enjoy them. It's just that, you know, I find that I can't get to those videos as frequently because it takes a little more time and energy. Thanks for watching to all of you. I've hit some milestones. I really hope, and I'm saving this for the end so that, you know, only the diehard fans hear about this. I really hope to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. I don't know. It seems like I've had these thoughts before, and the channel, you know, the subscribers grow a little more slowly, although I seem to retain them a little better. And I tend to, my comment sections tend to be a little more, what would you say? Maybe boring is the right word. But you guys, the guys who like me and the guys who watch my videos tend to be a little more serious and more into this than maybe some others. So you don't get as many trolls. You get really sincere, helpful comments, and I love that about you guys. But I do hope to add a few more of you. I hope to have more of you viewing my videos and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.